Got crazy here, but that's all good. It is Monday, and my job right now, today in the morning, is to make sure that you guys are well enough prepared to understand what you need to do during this class period and make sure that you're working productively. So let's take a look at what you have to do today. Probably sitting there asking yourself, but Mr. Uwe, you're gone. I don't act the same way when you're gone. But guess what? The expectations are exactly the same today as if I were there. So make sure you do some work. Get ready to ask some questions because you might have some. Definitely when I come back, you should have those questions ready and prepared for me. Be productive today. If you don't get your work done today, or if you don't get a good head start on your work, you're going to be behind for the week, because you should realize that a lot of the tasks that I have set forth for you are going to be part of our weekly agenda. So just definitely be productive and be respectful to the sub. Whoever the sub may be, please make sure that you're being as respectful as possible. Last but not least, last on that list is if you're using my earphones right now to listen to my video, please make sure that you put them back in the packages. I do not want a tangled mess when I come back, so please make sure that you're keeping those little plastic baggies and wrapping up your headphones and putting them back in there so they do not get all messed up by the end of the day. If you put them back and you see one of them out of the package, do the good thing and find another package to put them in there. So please make sure that you're as respectful as possible with my stuff as well as with the sub. So let's take a look at what's on the agenda for you today. The agenda is only 3 pieces. First thing is watching this instructional video, so you can already check that off your list. Once you've watched this, you are definitely ready to go and set for the next 2 things in the class period. The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to be watching a couple of EdPuzzles for a warm-up. These are kind of fun videos for you guys to watch. I want you guys to get familiar with the EdPuzzle format. Just in case you haven't seen it before, I'll go through signing in and making sure that you're finding those correct videos to watch. And last but not least, I'm setting up you with my HRW. So if you haven't used that before, it's sort of our interactive textbook, and it's a really great resource for me, especially when I'm out, to get you ahead and or get you prepared for what we're going to be doing for the week. So definitely make sure that you follow through this list and you get as much done as possible during this class period. So let's take a look. All right, so once you guys log into the EdPuzzle, so when you go on a classroom, click on the EdPuzzle link and it should take you to a page that looks like this. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to hit login in the upper right hand corner here, and obviously click login as a student. Now once you do that, just make sure that you hit sign in with Google, and it should sign you into your class. Now when you do this, you'll see that there'll be 3 videos posted for my class. If you look for my classes, I should be in there, so it should say Math 6 or 7, depending on what level you're in. And just click on your class and you should see the 3 videos that you could potentially watch today. So for your warm-up, just make sure that once you get to EdPuzzle, you're watching at least 2 or out of 3 of those videos. You could watch all 3 if you want, because they are kind of interesting, but it's just to warm up your brain and get you used to this digital format for today. So make sure you've got your headphones in, make sure you're not distracting others, and make sure that you're being as respectful as possible with my earphones if you're using them. So try your best with this EdPuzzle. Obviously, just have some fun with it. So watch those 3 EdPuzzles and you'll do just fine. All right, so now that you've seen how to get to EdPuzzle, how to log in, how to find the videos, your requirement for this part of today is watching at least 2 of those 3 videos. So look at the 3 videos, see if they make sense to you. Make sure that you are signed into your student account on YouTube. So if you sign in and you try and play one of the videos and you can't play it, it's probably because on YouTube you are signed into a personal account or a different account. So what you need to do is make sure in the upper right hand corner when you log into YouTube that you're signed into your student account. So just make sure you get 2 out of those 3 ones done. You can watch all 3 because they're pretty cool videos, and just make sure that you do this because this counts as your UI task for the week. So if you don't do this, you will be behind when I come back on Tuesday or Wednesday when I see you for block. So get your brain warmed up with these videos, watch at least 2 of them, and you'll be just fine. After you're done with this, let's move on to the next step. So after the EdPuzzle, what you're going to be doing is heading over to My HRW. I'm going to show you how to navigate there, just like I showed you how to navigate to the EdPuzzle. The link will be in the Google Classroom assignment or the Google Classroom announcement with the 2 links on there. So please make sure that you're heading over there. This is a very important step for the day because this is all of our math content. And it shows me whether or not you're prepared and what I exactly have to focus on for you guys as we move forward to this next unit. So definitely try your best here. Make sure that you're paying close attention to the videos and get those questions ready. So if you still have questions after watching these short tutorial videos, please just make sure that you guys have those questions for me when I come back. So let's see how to get logged into My HRW. All right, so after you're done with the EdPuzzle, what you're going to want to make sure that you do is navigate to Clever to find the next step for today. Now, after you've looked for your Clever, and for me, Clever is in this little tab on my on my browser here that says CUSD. You should have a similar tab, or you should already know how to navigate to Clever. So when I click on the Clever icon, I'm taken to this page, and all I need to find is the icon that says My HRW. Now notice I have a lot more resources than you do, but you should look for the one that says either My HRW or Houghton Mifflin Math like I have here. Now once you click on this, what should open up is your student dashboard. So check out what your student dashboard could potentially look like. Again, just realize that mine's a little bit different because I'm in teacher mode here. Let it load up. All right, so this is what it should look like. So underneath assignments, you should see both of the assignments that you have for today. So again, just make sure that you're going through those assignments in the particular order that I go over next. But as you're going through it, what it looks like is like this. So if I click on one of the assignments, say I click on this one. So I open up one of the assignments that I have, and in this case, this is called the Personal Math Trader, and this is the Are You Ready Module 3 that I will talk about in the next slide here. Now there's only 8 questions, and if you're confused on any of the questions, the cool thing about this program is if you go over to the side here, you'll see that there are all of these different resources that can help you solve the problem. So it'll give you a step-by-step guide, even if you're still confused about it. A view example means that it'll go through an example for you, and you can definitely use those resources to your advantage to do as well as you can on this thing. So my expectations for this first thing is to definitely make sure that you're as prepared as possible. So definitely try your best here. Secondly, if you're going over to the interactive lesson, you get an interface that looks like this. This is really cool because it gives you sort of an interactive lesson. And again, when you're playing the video with the headphones in, just make sure that you're aware that these guys pop up in the middle of the screen. For instance, this one, let me turn down the volume here. This one is the interactive video for this lesson. So you watch your way through it, and it's a good way to get started for our next unit. As you're going through it, the only thing other than that I need to make sure that you're clear of is when you get to the end here. So as you're going through this lesson, moving forward with this arrow button, when you get to the last part of the lesson, you're going to need to practice. So as I practice, it will show up in the middle of the screen.
Now try your homework on your own with the Personal Math Trainer.
There you go. Here's the Personal Math Trainer. So in order to start this, it might be kind of confusing. Once you get to the end, you can start by clicking this button here. So in the middle, it'll give you an option to click the middle whistle, and then it'll get you started, okay? So since this is the first time that we're using this material, try your best with it, and definitely help people around you if you see that they're confused about how to use it, okay? But end of the day, you should finish both of those pieces or get close to finishing both of those pieces before you leave, because they are part of our weekly agenda. So let's take a look at expectations for this My HRW thing. Okay, so hopefully this helps you log into it and find what you need. Great, I just realized that I showed you a video of how to log on, which is exactly the same. But the 2 lessons on there are different because I was talking to the 6th graders. So just to be clear, when you guys log in, obviously start and or finish those 2 things that are on your My HRW. Try your best on it. But the 2 things that you guys are doing in particular is you're doing the student interactive lesson first and then the homework assignment. So that's the order that you guys should follow. not the order that I described in the video. So definitely use the video to log in and find your assignments, but sort of ignore the part where I was talking about what order you should do things in, because it's a little bit different for you guys, since the sixth graders are doing something different than you guys are, obviously, okay? So please make sure that you're following that order, the interactive student lesson and then the homework lesson. Cool? Awesome. So this is the agenda for today. So just make sure that you're doing your part to be as productive as possible during the class period. Don't waste time. Do not be a distraction to others. EdPuzzle, then my HRW. So those two things are definitely what you should be focusing on today. So definitely have some questions ready for me to go when I come back. But otherwise, you should be having a pretty mellow day in class. So hopefully I will see you guys on Tuesday. Definitely do your best and represent me well. Represent me and yourselves well. So I hope to see you guys soon. Peace out. Till next time, I'm Mr. Rui, your math teacher.